Okay, good morning, dear 8th class students. I am Dr. Amit Alexander Charan, the principal of the school and your science teacher. Today we will learn about chapter number 1 from your science book, and the name of the chapter is Crop Production and Management. Generally, all organisms, they need food for their survival, and organisms, they cannot make food by themselves, so they need food from other sources, like they depend on plants, they depend on some animals and other things. So they are dependent on, because plants, as we have learned, plants are autotrophs in nature. They can synthesize their own food with the help of photosynthesis, with the help of light, carbon dioxide, and various other factors are there. So generally, other organisms and humans especially, they are dependent on food for plants and other organisms. So the science of cultivating land and producing crops and raising animals, three things important hai. Science of cultivating land, producing crops and raising animals to satisfy the requirement of food. हमारे food के requirement को satisfy करने के लिए, this science is known as agriculture. The word agriculture is made up of two words. The first word is agri. Agri means field, and the second word is culture. Culture means cultivation. This word agriculture has been taken from a Latin word agricultura. Okay, so there are various different agriculture practices which we will see what the people are doing throughout the world, and the products which are obtained from crops, they are known as produce. So जो हमें मिलता है crop से, we call them produce, and on the basis of produce, crops are on the basis of season, the crops are categorized into two categories. Right? I think आपने सुना भी होगा, the crops have been divided into two categories on the basis of season: Kharif crops and Rabi crops. Right? Kharif and Rabi crops. So the Kharif crops, they are generally grown during the rainy season, when there is ample amount of rain, good amount of water is there. Like in the nearby area of the school, you have seen during the rainy season. Now when the rainy season will start, the farmers, they generally go to grow the crops like rice, paddy, maize, groundnut, pulses, soybean. So all those plants which need good amount of water are known as Kharif crops, and they are generally grown from June to October. And the crops which are grown from after the Kharif crops, from November till April. June to October is Kharif, November till April is Rabi crops. And Rabi crops, they are also known as winter crops. And the very important crop in Rabi is wheat, potato, barley, legumes. Legumes are your pulses, dale, right? So they are also known as winter crops. So जून टू अक्टूबर, जून से अक्टूबर हो गया, नवंबर से अप्रैल हो गया, अब बचा मई एंड जून. इन मई एंड जून some crops are grown, and these, or else the land is like अभी जैसे है, लैंड को ऐसे ही छोड़ देते हैं, they lose so that the land can be loosened, ढीली पड़ सके मट्टी, for easy growing of the crops. So this season is also known as summer season crops. Okay, so there are few best practices of crop production, few best practices हैं. So today in this lecture we will see two practices. The first practice is preparation of soil. Definitely, if any farmer is growing the crop, definitely he has to prepare the soil first, so that the seed can be grown in that crop. So how the soil is prepared? Soil is generally prepared by turning and loosening and breaking the lumps. Again, three things: turning, loosening, breaking the lumps. Lumps मतलब बड़े बड़े ईंट के ढेले. टर्निंग, मट्टी को पलटना. लूजनिंग, टू सॉफ्टन द सॉइल, मुलायम करना, लूज करना. एंड थर्ड, ब्रेक द लम्प्स, बड़े बड़े मट्टी के ढेलों को तोड़ना. सो दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज प्लाउइंग और टिलिंग. This process is known as plowing or tilling. Why this is done? Why plowing is done? Why turning is done? Why the soil is loosened? And why the big lumps are broken up. Why it is done? It is done so that the decomposed part of earlier plants or some parts of maybe some animals or those things which are not useful, those things can come upside down. They can come on the upper phase. And this will also helps the roots of the new plants will go deeper and deeper and they can absorb good amount of nutrients. ठीक है, समझ में आया? Good amount of nutrients can be absorbed if the soil is loosened. अगर tight soil होगी तो roots अंदर नहीं जाएंगे. So good amount of absorption of nutrients will also not take place. So all these things are very important in plowing method. So there are various implements, various instruments which are used for the preparation of soil. The very first instrument is implement is plow. Plow is the very first implement which is used. Generally, the plow which is used in earlier days is fully made up of wood. लकड़ी से बनकर आता था plow. But nowadays the situation is changed. Technology has advanced. Everything has advanced. So nowadays the plow are made up of iron. Cast iron के plow बनकर आते हैं. So I'll show you the diagram of a plow. It is there in your book. This is a plow. The lower end of the plow, it is like this. Curved होता है lower end of the plow, and that is known as plowshare. And there is a wooden or iron rod. एक मोटी सी rod होती है, wooden or iron rod. That is known as plowshare, plow shaft. Plowshare and rod is known as plow shaft. Okay, तो confuse मत होइएगा. Below one is plowshare, the rod is plow shaft, and the plow shaft is carried over the neck of the bulls or other animals so that the soil can be loosened, it can be used. The second important instrument is cultivator. The cultivator is again made up of, the plow is made up of single blade, plowshare, but cultivator is made up of multiple metal blades. And plow is used manually with the animals, but cultivator is used with the tractor. The photo is given of the cultivator. Please see your books on page number 7, right? And it is placed with the tractor. So with the help of tractor, it is like this. With the help of tractor, it will loosen and it will tear the soil. The third one is hoe, H-O-E, hoe. Hoe is used nowadays for plowing the soil. मट्टी को खोदने के काम में plowing the soil, it is used nowadays. But it is generally used to remove weeds. So what are weeds? W-E-E-D-S. Weeds, Hindi में we call it as खरपतवार, unwanted plants. The plants which you do not require in your field, but due to pollination and due to other things, they grow up in your field. So removal of those plants is done with the help of, again, a metal blade instrument that is also given on page number 7, that is known as hoe. Then the next one implement is leveler, which level the ground. नाम से ही पता चल रहा है, leveler, which levels the ground. It breaks the bigger lumps of soil into smaller parts of soil. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, बड़े मट्टी के ढेलों को it breaks up into smaller pieces which are known as crumbs. So it is necessary that all these instruments are used before you sow any seed. Now the second process which we discussed today is sowing. बीज को बोना, sowing. So sowing is the process in which we scatter, ऐसे फैलाते हैं, और sow the germinated seed into the soil with few methods. Okay, sowing में भी कुछ methods हैं, जैसे implements हमने कुछ देखे. Again I am repeating implements: plow, cultivator, hoe and leveler. Again, अब second point is sowing. Sowing maybe there are few methods. First is broadcasting. 7 number page में photo is given. Broadcasting. Broadcasting में कहते हैं they take the seeds in their hand. मुट्ठी में seeds लेते हैं and they distribute it like this. हवा में ऐसे distribute करते चलते हैं. But this broadcasting is a manual method and the distribution is not proper. The distribution is not proper and unequal distribution होता है, that is the disadvantage. Second is traditional method. In this traditional method, like pipe-like structures, 3 or 4 pipe-like, funnel-like structures are attached with any animal at the back side with any animal, and in that pipe-like structures हम ऊपर से बीज डालते हैं, we put the seeds, और वो नीचे ऐसे नुकीला होता है जैसे पेंसिल है. And this digs the ground and puts the seed inside the ground, inside the soil with the help of traditional method. Third is seed drill. नाम से समझ में आ रहा होगा, seed, बीज, drill. It again drills. Drill machine होती है ना, it drills. So seed drill is attached with the tractor. पहला वाला ट्रेडिशनल टूल इज अटैच्ड विद द एनिमल, वो एनिमल के साथ है. थर्ड वन इज अटैच्ड विद द ट्रैक्टर. सेम फंक्शन है. पाइप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं, ऊपर से बीज डाला जाता है, नीचे पॉइंटेड होता है, वो ड्रिल कर देता है जमीन में, एंड योर सीड इज सोन विद द हेल्प ऑफ द ट्रैक्टर. फोर्थ इज ट्रांसप्लांटेशन मेथड. In the transplantation method, it is generally done with paddy. Paddy means rice. चावल के साथ होता है. The seeds of the rice, they are grown in nursery. नर्सरी, मैं स्कूल की नर्सरी की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, किंडरगार्टन की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. नर्सरी आर द प्लेसेस where like gardens, small gardens, where the seeds are grown into samples, small seed saplings. Seed saplings में grow करता है. And छोटे छोटे plant, small plant, they are grown, and these small plants are transferred manually. It is, the photos given on page number 8. So the small plants are sown manually in the field. It is generally done with the rice crop, and in the south part of India, generally ladies do this. So this is the first lecture about your chapter crop production and management. In another 2 videos we will complete the chapter, and then in the third video, last video for this chapter, we will do the exercises. God bless you. If you have any queries, I am here to ask your queries from 8 to 12, and from 12 to 3, 12 बजे से दोपहर 3 बजे तक your portal will be open, WhatsApp portal will be open. You can send me the homework, but after the 3 videos I have given you, then you send the homework. God bless you all. Class 8th student, I am hoping to meet you all as soon as the school reopens. Thank you.